We are live. Good morning and happy Thursday. We're with new streaming network, home of Going Solo, Going Bold, WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network. Welcome to your Health Vibes with Elana. I'm your host, Elana, with your Health Vibes. And my journey is to raise your heart, body, soul vibes to the next level so you can transform your life today. And today, our topic is I can't even say the topic because I'm so excited that I just couldn't even get it out of my mouth. Unmute yourself. The power of showing up as you with the one, the only, my amazing dot sister, Jennifer. Come on down. Welcome.
Oh, hello. You're the best. I need you to introduce me everywhere I go.
Done. I'll come
Grocery store, bank, doesn't matter. Everywhere.
I would love that because I love to be with you every day because you make my heart shine. So, world, I know Jennifer, but I want you to get to know her. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Ooh, self-bragging. Okay, let's see. So I am unapologetically full of cuss words, coffee, and not that stuff. Okay, so the stuff is that I help people show up authentically. I help women focus on using their voice to make a difference in their visibility online and really trust their gut and their voice and use that to shine everywhere they go on and offline.
I love it. And I just want to say how much I love you and just kind of for 1 second tell a little story of how we fell in love. Ever since I met you, I've just been obsessed and I just love you and just wanted to share the world.
I love you too.
So we met at a thing called Celebration for an amazing group that we are in, Polka Dot Powerhouse. And we just happened to be out of this little, was it like the ice cream place, right?
Yeah, because it's the best place to be, any ice cream place.
Yes. So we were all chatting and talking. And then I think you had mentioned something like, I'm going to be up for this award. And then I was like, I'm going to be up for the same award too. And instantly it was like this magnetic, like, oh my gosh, like just fell in love right away.
Elena, let's be really honest. I was an obnoxious jerk because I was like, I'm going to win. And you were like, wait, what? I'm up for that award. And I was like, never mind.
But you are not that type of person who I'd ever feel like to brag like that because you are the most loving, caring, like even during your speech to give me a shout out, you melted my heart. So I just want to let the world know how amazing and incredible you are. And I want you to, could you tell us your story? Has this always been your path? Was this always something that you wanted to show up unapologetically and be who you are today?
Oh, hell no. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. In front of my family, I showed up unapologetically and, sometimes a little too authentic, but bravery in the world was not my thing. Speaking to strangers, brief scenario, my mom will get a kick out of this when she listens.
Hi, Mom!
When I was a kid, I wouldn't talk to strangers. And I wanted a book from a bookstore. And it was like in the mall, back in the day, the mall and all the benches and the parents would sit on the bench and we were waiting for my brother from someplace. And my mom was like, I will give you the money for the book, but you have to go get the book yourself and go pay for it. And I was like, never mind, don't want the book. Every time we went to the mall, every time she tried, I was like, not buying that book. I am not talking to strangers. I gave my friends my money in high school for lunch. I would not go and pay for my food. Nothing. I bought that book when I was 25, y'all, just so you know. It was still, I was like, I am independent. I'm doing this now. But it was not my thing. I just didn't talk to strangers. So continue that through life, through things, careers, whatever. I would speak if spoken to, and you know how it is, like what you resist persists. So I'd be the girl on the subway that everybody sat next to and talked to. Planes, people always want to talk to me. And that's okay, because I would talk to them too, but I would never start I wouldn't even ask for directions. Like, I'm like, no, I got this. I'll figure it out. I'll get lost 100 times. It's fine. I won't talk to strangers. So I was really shy. And I went through some things. So in 2010, I was recently divorced. My dad had recently died. Like, a lot of stuff was going on. I started my own business by default. And the sales part was hard because I don't want to talk to strangers.
Yeah.
So, I was lonely. And so I had met a person. We were friendly. We were not, you know. So long story short, things didn't work out the way this person expected. Things didn't work out the way any of us planned on it. And he started cyber stalking me. And it was like so first of all, it's really hard to get people that are cyber stalking you. The proof of that is hard. Yeah. But the fear is real, because you never know when this online is going to be this in person. I lived in a small town. You don't know where people go. Yeah. And so basically I shut down. So the already shy girl shut everything down. And I took all my social profiles away. I hid. And finally, some people helped me get a protective order, which was fantastic. By the way, if you get turned down once, keep going. And so in the long run, when that didn't work out for him because he wouldn't break the law, I started, like, he would sue me all the time. And so, like, the whole innocent until proven guilty thing is mostly a lie. You are guilty until you prove your innocence. Let's be real about that. And so I was going to court all the time. 3 years of my life, I wouldn't say down the tubes, but it was hard. And so I really went back to all that, like, not talking to anybody. I mean, didn't talk to anybody. Hey, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
So I really just kept to myself. And then something changed. But look, I'm going to cry. But anyway, so it was good. Met my husband.
I'm all about
right, you and I will be over here crying for hours. But anyway, met my husband. We moved to Pennsylvania. I was growing my business and realized I had to meet strangers in order to do that. And I was going places, and I was in person, and this woman came up to me. Well, I had a photographer take some photos of me. And she was like, you have to show up. And I was like, thanks, but no, I'm good. I'm hiding over here with those fake quotes and, So I started using those photos, and somebody came up to me. And Jackie, you're gonna make me cry
good, because you are fucking powerful, woman, and people need to hear this story because they can relate, and you're amazing to share.
Yeah, because we all have those moments, So anyway, so this woman came up to me at this networking event and was like, "Oh my God, I see you everywhere," and I was like, "Whoa, stranger," And I was like, so, as many people do when they don't want to talk to strangers, just smiled and nodded. And then I left that event, got in my car, and it wasn't until I was like a God wink, I was stuck at a traffic light. And in my brain, it was like a thing went off, and I was like, oh, wait, she didn't mean because I was basically like, she's lying. That's not like, where's she seeing me? I'm not going anywhere. But what she meant was online, I was sharing photos of myself. So she was seeing me.
Oof. I was like,
oh, right? And so I was in the car and I was like, son of a, I was mad. And I was like, dang it. But in that moment, it was like everything just became clear. Wait a second. Like, if I wasn't being seen, who else isn't being seen? And why the hell aren't we being seen? And something in that spark. I can't even tell you who that lady was. Don't know what she looked like. Can't remember her name. Did I know her? I don't know. She knew me. I have no idea who she was. Like, she just, boom, right there in my face. Like, I see you. So from that point is where I started going, wait, not only do I need to show up authentically and use my voice for good, but so does every other freaking woman I know. Because we tend to hold back. We tend to not say the thing we want to say or think we should say because of how people will judge us. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, I was like, hell no, not anymore. I kept my mouth shut for long enough. I hid behind the camera for long enough. I ain't doing nothing. You're all going to see me whether you like it or not. And so here I am. And fortunately for me, many people have not kicked me to the curb. So I'm doing all right.
Hey, I told you, as I told you, you're stuck with me. So I'm not kicking anything to the curb. I just love you. I love how you show up. I love your stories. I love how raw and authentic you are because you are a truth teller. You show up, you get what you get offline, and the support. And I have to say, you have supported me in the way you've shown up for me to be seen and loved and heard. I give to a lot, and I feel like I've met my match. I feel like I've met someone who shows up. I mean, I have a bunch of women too in my life like this, but you really have just shown me just such love. Like, for instance, for my wedding, we had this thing, I'm going to say it wrong, oof roof, and we were talking about it, and you sent me the candy. Like, who does that? Like, just the most thoughtful, caring, and that's why you receive such a beautiful award, because of how you show up, because of the stories you tell, because you take on people who need to be seen and deserve that. So
well, you and I are the best yin and yang balance ever. So you are the forward pom-poms, literally cheerleader, all up here in front of all of us. And I'm back here going, yes, you can. So you're the puller, I'm the shover. Nobody can fail with us on either end. We're like the book.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah.
Yes. And yes, as I said, you're stuck with me, and I love you. Are a truth teller. And that's what we need. You know, we need people to show up. We need someone to tell where they're at and say, you know what, I've not always been like this. Is there any other stories you could tell? Like, what other jobs have you had? Did you have things that like push you, like, you know, from I love your hats, or, you know, other jobs? Can you share with someone like what pushed you to be like, I'm more than this. I want to change the trajectory. I've had this for so long. What inspired you to push forward more as well?
That is a good question. I have a lot of stories of avoiding shit. My mom and I were just talking about this morning. I was once in steel sales, and I was only in steel sales because I was like a secretary at the steel office. And then when I mastered that skill, I was like, all right, now I'm bored. Like, you can't not give me something to do all the time, because once I know my shit, I'm like, what next? And that was the only what next left. So I went into this male-dominated field, and I was like, I could do this. And I could. When I was not afraid to talk to people, or if somebody came to me, I could sell the steel. But if I had to go and like cold call somebody, forget about it. I would like sell my grandma before I would like go and cold call anybody. So like, it's all these little things that I think were small little moments where I was like, nope, not that. Nope, not that at all. That I just sort of started to learn that, first of all, there's no way I could be somebody else's employee.
Mm-hmm.
No, I am the best hard worker employee ever, but I'm also kind of sassy and I don't like rules. So I'm not your best employee. Like, because I'm gonna be like, why do we have to do that way? Why is that like that? Why do you care so much? No. So I'm not like, I've learned all the things that I'm not in order to become all the things that I am, if that makes sense.
It totally does. It really is. And what I like, you know, maybe we can, with the topic, it's like unmute yourself, the power showing up as you. So could you give us some little nuggets of what do you mean by unmuting yourself and just showing up as you? You know, is it, I love it. And I love this title. And I would love for you to expand more of maybe any programs or things that you're doing with this type of topic.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. I think, again, innately as women, we are taught to wait in silence. Mm-hmm. Oh, don't say that. You don't know what people are going to think. Oh, you can't say that out loud. And people don't mean to put us in a box that really has no volume, but right. They do. And it's, you know, generations of BS. It is what it is. But we don't have to be there. Like, mm-hmm. You cannot put me in a box. I am going to claw my way out no matter what. But there are small steps we can take. Why aren't we telling people, you know, like, let's just take somebody who's in nutrition, for example. Yeah. Why aren't they telling people the cold and dirty truth about menopause? Like, it ain't pretty.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Or even pre, like, you know, I think it's so true. We need to be educated. We're not educated. We're not, you know, what it is. And it's just like, yeah, I feel like they're doing us a disservice if you're not showing up. It's like, I don't have to like go exactly the facts of what it is, but I feel lost. I feel like I'm going through stuff, and I wish that they would teach me more in school, not 1+1, but like, you're going to go through this shit and you gotta, you know, there's a
yes. And like, I mean, even pregnancy, like so many women are like they know it sucks in the moment, but after the fact, they're so in new mommy bliss, they forget to tell you the crap. So like, it's really, it's those little things. It's those steps, being us. So if you meet somebody and you're introduced from a friend to a friend and you have this friend related conversation, you don't necessarily hold back. Like when you and I met, there was not a damn thing we were holding back because we clicked.
No,
and you knew me and I knew you and I knew I could say whatever I needed to say. Why can't we do that in life and online and just start using our voice for all the good? Because sometimes people just need to see our energy. They need to know that we say it so they have permission to say it. They need to know that it's okay to show up in sneakers and you don't have to wear high heels. Y'all
exactly
fall over in high heels.
Right? You get to be you. So my parents popped up, Deborah. They said, yes, we definitely need to be seen with all that is going on today. Keep on being you. We will prevail. Love.
Yes. Love that, Deb. Thank you.
Thanks, Deborah.
So that's awesome. And really, truly, it's a slow, steady. Nobody's going to roll out of bed tomorrow morning and find their voice.
No.
But they know it's inside. Like there's always this nagging little thing. I wish I could. I should have. It's sort of like that. Have you ever had an argument with Tony and then you're like, damn it, I should have said this. Us. Like, let's, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but let's
I agree.
I should have, let's just say it. And so if I am like, I curse, I drink coffee, I wear sneakers, none of those things are bad.
Right.
But literally, I can tell you all those things online. I don't have to keep them secret. I mean, I have to keep my clothes on. So there's a rule, ladies. We got to keep our clothes on. Men, you too.
As much as I like to take off my clothes, it is a rule. I like to be in my birthday suit, but there's a time and place for that.
Yes, exactly. So other than that, like, why can't we in our own businesses give ourselves permission to just start talking about it real and raw and using those little things and sometimes sharing those moments? Like, okay, here's a prime example. I was in the middle of writing a chapter for a book that's going to come out in June, y'all. In June. So
yes.
I lost all of the revisions. I am telling you, this flipping chapter disappeared. Not in the temp files, not in the pulled autosave. Could not find nothing.
Stop it.
And I was cursing and screaming and almost crying, but I was too mad to cry. But yet, that's going to be a social media post at some point, because why shouldn't I share with you all that it was freaking hard? And nobody tells us that entrepreneurship means late nights of almost crying and the shit disappearing. But we figure it out. Like, that's the job. We have to figure it out. Nobody figures it out for us. And so I'm going to talk about that because it's real and it's raw and it happened to me. And so if I can share that, I can be positive that, like, many other people are going to be like, oh, I've been there, or that happened to me once, or like, Mike goes out, something. Let's just talk about it, because it's going to make people relate to us. And when they can relate to us, they can feel us, they can get our energy, they can give us their energy when we need it. And then on top of all that, great things start to happen in our lives and our business, because we worry less. And when that goes away, there's beauty.
Yes, there is. So my sister says, Stephanie says, when you're real and raw, it allows others to be too. Exactly what you had just said. Yes. Because it's so true. You want to relate. You want to know what's going on, because so many times what you see online is not real offline. You talk to someone and you're like, you see on their post, I'm so happy and I'm so cute. And then the next thing you see, I'm fucking depressed and I hate my life and blah, blah, blah. I just put it on there. And it's like, girl, why don't you just say it? Like, everybody else is right there with you, And so.
Right. And you know what? Today I'm happy and cute, but tomorrow might not be. Like, who knows? And last night, you all didn't want to see me at 11 o'clock at night last night, So, like, again, like that ebb and flow, because that is life. Good days, bad days, happy, sad. It gets hard sometimes. But yet when it's good, it's really good. And we get to share both for our healing, our sake. But like your sister said, thanks, Stephanie, it's for all of us. Like, it gives everybody else permission to be themselves. And when we can create that community, great things happen. Like, that's really what it boils down to. I don't know how much I would love my life right now if I didn't suddenly find a way to speak up. Like, my life is so flipping good, even on the bad days. It's still so flipping good, but I don't know, like, compared to those 3 years that we talked about earlier, if I would have stayed there, I don't know what my life would look like. But like, when I get to be me, it is the safest, most secure place I ever have been.
Right.
I don't gotta hide nothing. And if nobody takes anything else away, and besides my great sense of humor,
Which is amazing.
right, thank you. Take that away. Like, when you get to be you, there's nothing that gets hard after that, because nothing stops you.
Ooh,
There's
say that
nothing.
again one more time. That
When
was
you
so
get to
good.
be you, nothing can stop you.
Yes, I love that. And sister said again, she said, well, I think you can be happy and you can be sad. Both are real and raw. And I totally agree, because you're not happy all the time. You're not sad all the time. And you want to see both sides, and you want to admit, some days if, people think, oh, Lena, you're always so happy. No, I have my days. My family knows that. Tony knows it. My sister, my mom, my dad, we all have our stuff.
Yeah.
And then you have tomorrow, you have the next day. Tomorrow's not promised. So show up raw and real for who you are that day.
Right? Yeah. So, like, my dad, oh, sorry, I just shook everything, y'all. Got a little too excited with the Italian hands. So my dad passed away, but on his tombstone, there's like nothing, like not major words, not major like things. All it says is no regrets, because he raised us that way. That was his lifeline. And so if we're ourselves, what can we're going to make decisions that are best for us at the time, so it eliminates regret. We do the things that we think are best, eliminates regret. And so when we're our best authentic selves, we just move in a place that is different than that stuffy box that the world tries to put us in for the sake of their comfort. Not everybody's going to like me, and that's okay. I don't know if I have the energy for everybody to like me. I definitely don't have the bandwidth to follow up with them all, just so you know. I'm lousy at texting back. But for the people who do come to me, they're going to come to me and they're going to know all that I am is going to be all that I give them. I got nothing to hold back, and I have no secrets. And also, that is a really safe place to be, because nobody can hold anything over you.
Yes.
You can have that secret that somebody might tell someday. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you and I are an open book. So I think that's what I love about us. The people are like, I'm not afraid to share. And Jackie says, being is the safest place to be. So good.
Yes.
Thank you, Jackie. Yes.
I like that too. Yeah. Nobody's stopping us. And authentically, they don't have an opportunity, because we're going to be like, okay, you can feel that way. And I said, move on.
Right. And I love what you say too, kind of to embrace on that, is like, we're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. I don't want everybody to like me. I'm not going to be everybody's. I mean, of course you want everybody to like you, quote unquote, on site. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't want, like, I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. And that's what I want to share is, like, everybody has their own niche. Everybody has their spot. Everybody has their own tribe. Now, with all this, let me ask, finding your tribe and asking for help. Are you a type of person who is able to ask for help, or now finding yourself showing up real and raw when you need that help? Are you able to do that?
So I am better at it now. So I've evolved, and I predict I'll be better at it, in the future. But I'm also very impatient. Mm-hmm. So asking for help comes natural to me, because I'm not waiting around for answers to just suddenly fall out of the sky. I'm like, tell me how to do this. I got to get it done. Tell me how to do this. So I do naturally ask for help, but I have learned better, the power in asking for help personally. So there's one thing to ask for help in, like, how to fix your car or how to paint a fence. But there's another thing to ask for personal help, to be like, I don't know what the F is going on, but I'm struggling. Things are hard. Can't stop crying, or whatever it is. And the challenges that life brings us. But it was by example. So being surrounded by amazing women, when we speak about tribe, they had moments where they knew I needed help. Mm-hmm. And they stepped forward. And then I was like, oh, I should have just asked for that. Yeah. So I've learned by example, them being the best of them, which is showing up for somebody they see needs it. And so now I'm more secure at asking for help, or asking for what I need, or saying, I just need some time. Just give me a minute, So but it's not easy. It's hard, and it feels vulnerable. So it sucks.
Yes. I love that you say that. Yeah, being vulnerable. And that's what I love, that you can show up, and you've shown me vulnerability. And I think that's beautiful, because we need to be vulnerable. I think people need to really see that, you know, for our true self. And I like how you decide. So the difference of, so to go back to the question of asking for help, that's very true. There's two types of help. You can ask for help very easily, someone to help with your car, someone this, that, you know, more, I hate to say it's not necessarily surface level, but more like kind of everyday task type thing. Solutions. But I really like, because I think it's really hard for someone to show up to ask help for themselves. So that's a good decipher of someone really showing up. Like when they're asking someone, are they asking for help for just a task, or do they really want, and sometimes they don't know until they really ask and show up and like, that's not what I really wanted. I really need it for me.
Yeah. And it's also hard for us as women, especially, to accept help when somebody's right there, like offering, here's the plate of food and you haven't eaten in 3 days. As women, we're still like, no, it's okay. I'm good. Right. We have to learn to accept too, for two reasons. One, we need the help in that moment. Somebody sees it in us, but also people feel good when they can help other people. So It's like a twofold, like you're helping yourself by saying yes, but you're also helping them, because it feels good when we can give. It feels good when we can serve, when we can help. And so I would challenge anybody that's listening today to just maybe even once a week, just ask somebody, you know, what can I do to help you? Or how can I help you today, in conversation? And see how those responses come. And it's fun to, like, I don't know, like I love brain science and people, but it's fun to see those people. It'll be like, what did you just ask me?
Yes.
Or those people are like, oh, well, since you asked, here's the thing.
At least, so maybe we could do this and put this out there. I love that you say that. Let's put a challenge out. I challenge everybody for this month is over. For the month of May, once a week, ask someone for help in a different way that you normally, and get back to one of us. You know, maybe so anybody who's listening or gets this, you know, our challenge, or if you want to pop on this challenge with us, is for the month of May, once a week, put yourself out there differently and ask something that you wouldn't normally not ask. Show up differently for yourself and tell us how it goes.
Yes. And we have to do it too. So we're not going to be wimping out on y'all.
No, not yet. I meant to say, as well. I will do it. You will do it, and to show up. And I think will be such a cool, you know, little thing to challenge people with. So yes.
Actually, I already know the first place I'm going, because I got something I'm supposed to be asking for help with. So
see, there you go.
I like it. Yeah, that will be awesome. I love it. I just want to really quick touch on like when we talk vulnerability, everybody, y'all, like I promise, I know it's valuable. I also know it's hard and scary. And I'm not saying pour all of your life out on social media if you're creating a post or you're doing something for a business or to connect with a community. But it's okay to show some of you. But you get to be the judge. So you don't have to pour your heart and soul out. Like I don't say anything about my kids online, you know, unless it's the people I trust that can see it. But, you know, you get to hold your own sacred space. So being authentic doesn't mean letting that go. Yes. But it does mean giving more of you to the world in whatever the bandwidth is that you have. So don't get crazy and start crying on every video that you got. But let us see you and know you and feel you, because we're going to like you more when we feel like you're going to get us. Because we want to be with the people that we know will understand us.
Yes. And when you're vulnerable and when you're authentic, you can hear it in the voice too. Yes. That's, I think, a way to connect. And I love that you say that. Yeah. You don't have to show like, I just went to the bathroom. I brushed my teeth. I did my hair. I painted my nails. And next I'm going to call someone.
Thank God the era of showing pictures of our food is done. That killed me. I don't care what you're eating, y'all. Unless you're sharing, I don't care.
That, and I don't like cooking, so you're not going to see some extravagant meals from me that I'm going to be promoting. You're going to see that from my husband. I'm trying to
save the recipes for him.
Yeah, here, Tony. Here's a recipe that I just found for you.
Make this happen.
Yes.
I love that.
So let me ask, do you have any programs or any special things that you're doing? Like, I just want everybody to get to know you more and be able to work with you or show up with you, or how can someone, you know, what are you doing?
Well, here's the really great thing. Remember when I said I really didn't do well as an employee? It's because I'm not cookie cutter, but also authenticity. And if I'm helping women show up authentically, I can't do that in a cookie cutter fashion because we're not all the same. We don't all struggle the same way. I work with some women who are like, I'll make that video when I'm like, my makeup is on or my hair is done. But that is a them thing, not an us thing. Most people, until you start to get really popular and have a mega hater thing, which is also a benefit, I promise. But like most people, like I've never had somebody be like, "What? Why did you wear that?" Nobody's ever told me I look like shit, and I'm sure there's times I have, but nobody tells us. So just show up, do the dang thing, look chubby, have no makeup on, whatever. But
sweat marks like me.
Whatever it is. So anyway, so the thing is that I don't have specific cookie cutter programs because I don't want people to be put in a box I refuse to be in. So
I love that even more.
Best way for somebody to work with me is just to send me a message and say, hey, I'm struggling with visibility online. I'm struggling with confidence in myself and I don't know why. Or this particular spot is hard for me. Let's talk about it and then we'll figure out what works best. Because sometimes what we think is the problem, like people say a lot to me, oh, I hate social media. No, you just hate showing up.
Yeah.
When we make social media easy and when we work through all of your things that you keep saying no to because you're scared, when we work through all your fears and we make it simple, suddenly you can't say you hate social media anymore. You don't gotta love it. But there's different differences. And so if people are feeling like they want to be more authentic, life or online, business or personal, just send me a message. I love to be able to have a conversation. And maybe that one conversation is all you need. A little push from behind, a little extra boost, or maybe it is a little bit more work. But let's figure out what works best for you instead of just packaging it up in a box.
Right. I love that. That's how I work too, as like kind of, I call myself an intuitive guide because there is no right program or, like everybody's different and everybody has different needs. So for me too, I love that you work authentically like that because someone says they call and you can intuitively show up and you can know like this may not be for them. So this will be for them. And so instead of, I agree, I feel like society, you always have to be put in the box and show up a certain way and have this, and you have to relate to this and that. And no, like you get your niche and you get to show up what I love authentically and you get to decide what is good. And
if I had to pick a niche, it would be women for sure.
Okay.
And I'm a chronic rule breaker. So that's my niche, breaking freaking rules. That's it.
Yes.
Even algorithms. We think there's rules, but actually we can outsmart them. So there's ways around all that stuff. So let's just break rules together. Let's build our confidence. Let's show up more. Like that's my plan. And Vicky actually said asking for help is very hard. I agree, Vicky.
Yes. Yeah.
So hard.
Quote again, please, for us.
It says asking for help is very hard, but when you okay, there you go. The joy that give the other person is so special, right? Like it is.
So true, Vicky. And Vicky is amazing. I always love her. She is one of my favorite women in my life. One of the most inspirational women. I love her, and she just shows up and talk about real, raw, authentic. This woman is the ideal.
I love it.
Yes.
She's jam. I love it. I love it. Right. And she says, good people want to help. And that's true. And we deserve their help. And we deserve to not go through it so hard. Like, let's not make life any harder. It already tries to kick our patooties. So let's just do it as simple and as easy as possible. And if that's letting people help us, so be it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. So
I agree. Even too, like sometimes I feel like not a way it like not offends in a bad way, but someone wants to show up and you like say no, or then someone might take it personally, and it's like not to take anything personal. I think people have a hard time when they want to show up, you want to accept, but then you don't really know how. And I kind of experienced that at my wedding. I got a little assistant, all these things. I'm like, no, like I don't, and then I was like, yes, I embrace like, yes, you do deserve this today. Like you deserve to feel like a queen, like showing up for someone and allowing someone to show up for me and embracing that. And it was like a really beautiful lesson that I got to show up by myself, say yes, that I deserve this. And it felt good to receive and allowing myself to receive. And, I think I learned a lot from you of that is like when we were talking is that you opened that up for me too, is like, you're just saying, Elena, receive it, and like allowing myself. And you really showed me that too. So I wanted to thank you for being such a beautiful light to embrace that.
Thank you. Anytime and every time, girlfriend, anytime. But like, that's the thing. We think that it makes us greedy.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so it's not like, granted, if you're constantly taking and not regenerating that energy anywhere in your life, that's not ideal. But if you're giving and taking, even not with the same people, but like you say that I've helped you, and then I've gone and helped somebody else, but then somebody else has helped me. We all have a specialty in a special spot or a situation or a piece of advice. Like I have a friend right now who's a friend of theirs is going through some domestic violence issues. Well, cyberstalking and domestic violence are really close kissing cousins. And all of the feelings and the fear and the things. So like, I'm helping her cope and help the friend. And someday, or previous times, if I'm really being honest, she's been there for me too. So it's a give and take. It's help this one, help that one, accept it. But again, it goes back to just authentically admitting us. Here's my flaws, here's my problems, here's my heart.
Yes.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. Because sometimes I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot, and just being vulnerable to open up for that. And I love that, just to have someone. I want people to feel safe. And I want people to know, like, I feel so safe with you. You are such a safe spot, the way that you show up. And I think that's all we're asked for: someone to be seen, someone to feel safe with, and to move forward.
I might not be great at checking in on you 6 months from now, but I'm really good at being right here, right now, present. So if you need me in 6 months, don't hesitate to reach out. But don't rely on me in 6 months. All the thoughts, all the intentions, I do this all the time. Like my best friend, we talked about this the other night. My best friend says all the time he's going to put on my tombstone, she was thinking about us.
You have to make that. I told you.
I know we do. We need it like right there. But I'm always thinking about people. I'm always like wondering how they are. And then life gets me distracted. And I think I'll do it later, and I don't, because then I forget, because again, life gets me distracted. So the gift that I have is that eventually all these people I think about do reach back out to me, and I'm like, I swear I was thinking about you. Like, but don't I look like a liar when I do it? But like, that's the thing. That's why I'm saying, if you need me, just call. I'm over here thinking about you anyway, so it's probably your intuition that Elena was talking about earlier that's telling you to check your
Yeah. So we're gonna have to close up soon. Is there any little nuggets, any last things that you would like to leave this world with, and anything else? I just so appreciate you being here, showing up. It's such an honor to have you on this beautiful show today, and would love for you to leave your last little nugget for us.
Confidence is sexy.
Yes.
It's going to take some work, y'all, but you can do it. You can show up and trust it. Confidence is sexy.
I love it. I love it. Well, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. And we're just so happy to have you. And anybody else who didn't get to see it today, I hope you enjoy and pass it on to other friends out there. I'm Elana with Your Health Vibes with Elana. And we are on this show of new streaming network, home of Going Solo, Going Bold, WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network Radio. Thank you for being here. And you can get a hold of me at ef11ca@gmail.com or yourhealthvibes.com. Also, you can reach Jennifer too. And we are here, and I'm here bi-weekly, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, to begin raising your vibration, your heart, body, mind, and soul. Thank you for being here. Love you all. Bye for now.